Good day to the audience around the world. Today is Monday, September 21st, 2020, and it's now 11:30 p.m. in Taiwan. I'm Fiona Zhang Xinfang. Welcome to the weekly news of the world new religion, Taiwan Weixin Shengjiao at Weixin TV station. From September 11th to December 18th, Weixin Shengjiao ritual for Amitabha Buddha birthday for national protection and disaster elimination, which is held at the 1000 Buddha Zen Hall in Chanjishan Xianfo Temple, will last for 99 days. During the 99 days ritual, the chanting masters are chanting the heavenly virtue scripture of immortal Master Guigu every morning, and Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi is instructing Hunyuan Chanshi's elucidation of the majestic virtue of Wangchan Laozu in the afternoon. In the ritual, lotuses are said to settle all the sentient beings and souls. A Taiwan-shaped rice mound is set in the center of the altar as offerings as well as for protecting the earth. Around the rice mound are the lotus seeds of the maras of plague and negativity from the 196 countries of the earth, crystal lotus lights, and flaming plants. Our virtuous fellows also prepare delicacies, 5 kinds of grants for the souls and the maras of plague and negativity from 196 countries in the world. We wish to solve the grievances between the underworld and human world. It's hoped that there will be no more disasters and plagues. People around the world can live a happy life.
Headquarters Chanjishan Xianfo Temple held Weixin Shengjiao ritual for Amitabha Buddha birthday celebration for national protection and disaster eliminations from July 24th to November 4th on lunar calendar of Gengzi year. It was also a ritual held by Weixin Shengjiao for the plague shredded over 196 countries. Starting from 4 o'clock in the early morning, masters of each branch temple led Weixin virtuous fellows making vows to support the ritual. They started to prepare stir-fried grains, soy products, and cooked festive food as offerings to worship the plague shredded over 196 countries, ancestors from generations of each surname, and the spirits from the 3 realms and 10 dharma directions. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi went to the altar every morning and burned incense to worship the Buddha and spirits. On 15th, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi instructed the virtuous fellows with some encouraging words.
我们的目标就是台湾平安，世界和平，世界天伦永续。在这一段时间来，地球196个国家，天温煞神，疫情有趋于平稳下来了。我们感恩天公，要王禅老祖、诸佛菩萨、上帝阿拉。都是祝福我们地球人类能够平安，好好在地球上修行，以了个人的本愿。而我们这一坛法会很特殊的，就是供养米酒，供养五谷，五谷供养圆满之后呢，每天要用机器把它搅成粉碎的粉，然后用手巾、福金、金爪来奉化。来转施给天温煞神，仰仗活力，老祖天威威德力来加持， 尤其我们也以经宝来供养，解冤释结，消灾化解。这个五谷的供养，金木水火土的含义，是代表宇宙虚空、阴阳两界都离不开金木水火土五运、五行皆空。所以我们由维新世界和平促进会会长严立法师带领了我们所有的促进会理监事每天负责将五谷来奉化，然后供养到易经大学八卦圣城八卦天机妙人台，撒在八卦的地球，这是代表布施给五阴杂类，所以阴阳两界我们要同关照，世界才能和平。所以我们的法工、义工一大早来准备这么多的斋菜，来供养莲座上各个莲座的列位祖先、列祖、列宗、祖祖灵、三界万灵、诸灵，这个功德非常的大我们愿以这些功德回向给各位法工、义工，还有住持法师们你们的阖家平安，事业顺利一家圆融圆满这是我们谨遵王禅老祖的盛世，我们行一切法，圆满一切众生，这个即是法会的最高境界
Weixin Virtue's fellows who volunteered to support the ritual arrived in the dining hall in the early morning to prepare a feast, from picking out rotten vegetables to wash it, to slice it, and to cook it as feasted food. Then they distributed the food on the plates and hand over it to worship each lotus tablet in the altar. Not only that, chanters chanted scriptures in the altar on regular time and hoped that the chanted scriptures can make spirits' minds and hearts calm and learn Dharma's doctrine. In addition, flowers offered in the altar changed every couple days with burnt incense. Without volunteers of Weixin Virtue's fellows supported the ritual, we can never have such a spectacular and magnificent ritual ever to benefit the people, the heaven, and the world. Weixin News Headquarters, Chengjiao Senfosi Temple.
Take a break. We will come back soon. The 15th altar of the Chinese United Ancestors Worship Ceremony of Chengjiao Weixin Shengjiao will be held at the Stadium of National Taiwan Sport University on January 1st in 2021. All branch temples are actively preparing for this. We will invite the souls who are receiving offerings at the ritual for Amitabha Buddha birthday for national protection and disaster eliminations to the ceremony place. By doing so, The souls can receive the offerings at the ceremony and return to the southern heaven Pure Land after the ceremony is finished. Eventually, the souls can return to the western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. Here are more details about the ceremony.
禅机山唯心圣教 advocate filial piety and ancestor worship. Since 2004, the Chinese United Ancestors Worship Ceremony has been held at Linkou Stadium in New Taipei City, calling for representatives of Chinese people at home and abroad, as well as on both sides of the straits. On the afternoon of New Year's Day, the altar was held to worship and make offerings to the three Chinese ancestors, Chinese emperors, and 15,615 surnames of Chinese ancestral spirits, as well as the descendants of Zhiyou of Korea and Xu Fu of Japan, the ancestral spirits of the Chinese nation, scattered around and created countries, and the wraith of 3,762 words in China and 816 words in the world. Under the mercies of Wangchan Laozu, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the grievance can be removed, and the resentment of the ancestors can be pacified, and the enmities between nations can be resolved. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi also instructed, how can the people alive be peaceful if the ancestral spirits are not at ease? Therefore, there have been 14 altars of the Chinese United Ancestors Worship Ceremony held so far until 2020. During this period, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi has led all virtuous fellows to carry out various rituals to eliminate disasters and remove the grievance. Each year, thousands of scriptures have been recited to transfer the merits and virtues to the ancestral spirits to turn the Dharma wheel of world peace. In the year of Gengzi, the epidemics came to the world and spread to all countries on the earth. It is the punishment and warning from God for people who have forgotten one's conscience and destiny, being selfish and endless killing. The founder of Weixin Shengjiao, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi, followed the instructions of Wangchan Laozu and initiated the elimination disasters ritual. He led the virtuous fellows and devotees to recite more than 23 million scriptures and transfer the merits, pray to God for the forgiveness of sins, resolve the Mara of epidemics, and remove grievance. In the Gengzi year, following the disaster elimination and benediction ritual, the water and land Dharma service and ritual for Amitabha Buddha birthday celebration also continue to invite the Mara of epidemics, make offerings with fragrant flowers and grains, and pray for the permanent elimination of disasters and epidemics. On the New Year's Day of 2021, the 15th Chinese Ancestor United Worship Ceremony will be held in the Linkou Stadium. Relying on the blessings of the Heavenly Might, and the descendants of the three Chinese ancestors will join hands to create one family in the world. They will pray for the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that may all the epidemics and disasters permanently eliminate under heaven, abundant grains, and no hunger and war. Weixin News, Headquarters Xianfo Temple.
Weixin Shengjiao Yi Jing University held a commencement for the 27th intermediate class at 7 p.m. on September 14th. Here are more details.
The commencement of Changjishan Weixin Shengjiao Yi Jing University 27th intermediate class took place on September 14th. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi attended the oath-taking ceremony in Taichung Branch Temple, where Master Yuan Yi led the students to read aloud the written oath, saying they would dedicate themselves to acquiring Dharma so as to benefit others and making every effort to improve themselves. With the live stream, lectures at all branch temples throughout Taiwan commenced. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi instructed all of the students of the 27th intermediate class.
首先，我恭喜各位同修，大家更上一层楼。但是要感恩，在2年来，你们的导师、法师、 讲师以及班助教同学们陪伴你们走过2年的岁月，终于今天我们又上了一层楼了。这一层楼会很久，将有22年的岁月。这22年里面的禅机不可说，也不可思议。究竟22年后平心闲事能拥有多少同修，这看个人的因缘和福报。所以我们也欢迎各位同修，大家再接再厉，为道而共修。这个是王禅老祖开示我们的：求人不如求己，求己不如求真正的自己，更上一层楼。
Grandmaster Huiyuan Chanshi urged everyone to engage in lifelong learning and seek to acquire Dharma to attain enlightenment. With Yi Jing, heaven's secrets could be revealed. We have been cultivating ourselves to get a glimpse of heaven's secrets and find out solutions, which is the ultimate goal of our religion, Weixin Shengjiao. Grandmaster Huiyuan Chanshi encouraged the students to stay eager to learn, striding on the path toward enlightenment. Master Yuan Jian, director of the Office of Academic Affairs, announced the 27th intermediate class was composed of 604 students from 52 classes and introduced the lectures of respective classes. Master Yuan Jian encouraged all of the students to be determined to cultivate themselves and achieve enlightenment. Grandmaster Huiyuan Chanshi further expected everyone to make grand volitions. The grander your vows are, the more blessing you receive. The ceremony came to a smooth end. Weixin News.
Take a break. We will come back soon. On September 9th, Abbot of the Starting Point of World Peace Taichung Branch Temple, Master Yuan Yi, presented calligraphy treasure He, written by Grandmaster Huiyuan Chanshi, to virtuous fellows attending the Yi Jing University 22nd and 23rd intermediate classes. Only virtuous fellows who focus on chanting the scriptures and get the fruitful outcomes can receive the honor. Here are more details about the news.
禅机山唯心圣教台中 Branch Temple Master Yuan Yi awarded the 22nd, 23rd Intermediate Class Scripture Recitation certificates and calligraphy treasure He to those who chant the scripture over 1,000 times at Genji Air, Water and Land Ritual. The calligraphy treasure He was given out by Grandmaster Huiyuan Chanshi to award the fellows for their contribution in eliminating natural disaster and disease. He encouraged fellows to get it up to continue chanting and return the merits to Maras of play and pray for world peace. Master Yuan Yi encouraged fellows.
事物开始，和就是五谷，口当然是吃嘛。和字是代表五谷丰登，有饭吃，大家能够吃得饱，因为能够吃得饱，才能够没有战争才能够世界和平天下太平。所以这个和字非常珍贵，代表你领了这个和字，你可以带来阖家平安。身体健康，丰衣足食，同时也把这个福气带给所有的众生，全地球的人类都一样， 丰衣足食。
Master Yuan Yi awarded the calligraphy to fellows who chanted over 1,000 times accordingly. Some of them even chanted over 3,000 to 4,000 times. They received the calligraphy from Master Yuan Yi gracefully. Weixin TV, Taichung Branch Temple News Center reports.
Here comes an art event. In the morning of September 12th, Police Dr. Cai Junzhang's ink painting exhibition ceremony was held at Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. Dr. Cai is not only a policeman, but also an artist. His ink painting works are exhibited, including his famous work, Ink Shrimp. Served as the Deputy Director at National Police Agency and police chiefs in 5 different counties, Dr. Cai has gained awards which recognize his effort and contribution. In addition to that, he has won a number of international ink painting awards. All in all, Dr. Cai is both an outstanding policeman and artist. The ceremony included a number of well-known figures from the political and business world. Now, please join in the following reports.
There is an old saying that goes, life begins when you are 70 years old. Dr. Cai Junzhang was the most well-known ink painting masters for shrimp paintings in Taiwan. Although Dr. Cai is going to enter his 70s, he lives a much better and fruitful life. In this year, he has held numerous solo exhibitions, including Sun Yixin Memorial Hall, Foguangshan Foguangyuan Art Gallery, the Exhibition Hall of Tourism Department of Yunlin County. In September, he also held a newly solo exhibition called Please Join Dr. Cai Junzhang's Contemporary Ink Painting Exhibition at venue National Jiangjieshi Memorial Hall from September 9th to 20th. It not only shared Dr. Cai's achievement of artistic painting for half a century, but also showed his freewheeling lifestyle over the age of 70s. The opening ceremony of ink painting exhibition officially started in the morning of September 12th. Many distinguished guests attended the ceremony, including former Vice President Wu Dunyi, representatives from politics, business, art, lectures, and religions. All attendees gave the congratulatory speeches. Secretary General of Weixin Shengjiao Merit Foundation, Mr. Yuan Dao, the General Manager of Weixin TV Station, Zheng Wenfeng, and lecturer of Yijing University, Wang Zixiong, represented Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi to participate in the ceremony. Dr. Cai selected the ink paintings for exhibition. Most of paintings were created after taking retirement in 2015, including cluster extension and lively shapes in color. Dr. Cai Junzhang is an ink painting artist who was once Deputy Director General of National Police Agency of the Ministry of Interior, Director of Nantou, Penghu, Tainan, and Kaohsiung City Police Department. In 2004, Tainan City Police Department was the first institute to establish a forensic DNA testing laboratory that can provide biological samples or other forensic evidence which help to provide clues to indicate how burglary occurred and revealed a series of potentially linked major unsolved crimes. From 1998 to 2009, he contributed profoundly to the institute and had been granted the Distinguished Award by Ministry of the Interior. Dr. Cai created a very impressive and unique style of ink painting. His artworks presented the versatility with ink and blankness. Dr. Cai is very well known for his painting of ink white shrimps. He also completed publishing the book Police in Heart, Love of Painting, Cai Junzhang being both a police director and artist in life, to share how he found a balance between his professions of police duties and ink wash paintings. Weixin News, Taipei.
Thank you for joining us today. We would like to invite every global citizen to put the prevention measures into practice. Wear face masks, wash your hands, avoid touching your eyes, mouths, and noses. Maintain social distancing. Together, we should fight against the pandemic and maintain the proper functions of our societies. May the pandemic end soon. We will be back with more news updates about Chanjishan Weixin Shengjiao. Please stay tuned at 11:30 p.m. on every Monday and 11:30 a.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. every Tuesday on Weixin TV. May the prayer end and the coming of a harmonious world. See you next week.